In relaunching the YIRMUMAH webcomic online just for fun, I've had a lot of people asking why I chose to do hand lettering instead of over fonts, and a couple other questions what I'm using. The basic idea was that I just wanted to try to challenge myself to do a complete strip only using the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil and whatever apps were on this. And to be able to upload the strip directly from the iPad without going into Photoshop and going through all the other different programs that we used to use. Back in the old days of webcomics. By the way, it's really weird to say old days of webcomics. You know, we even would like take our strips into the vector program and do the lettering in there, or draw on, Bristol board and then scan it in, and then all this rigmarole. So I wanted to challenge myself to do it just on the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. Here's a real quick look at how I'm doing that. So this is the iPad Pro, of course, and the Apple Pencil. I use a little rubber grip on the Apple Pencil just because, not so much for the grip as far as the weight of the Apple Pencil was weird. I also have a matte finish screen guard on the cover or over the screen so that it kind of has more of a resistance, more of a grip. I do the same thing with my Cintiq as well. It just kind of gives it more of a feel of paper. So, as you can see here, I have all these different apps. I've tried all the different apps for creating comics pretty much on the iPad Pro, and the best I've found was ProCreate. Show you kind of how I'm organized. I have lots and lots of different art going on. You can organize within groups. It makes it pretty interesting. So in this case, YIRMUMAH. So for the first question that you had, I basically created or took my template that I had in Photoshop. Also, you can open up Photoshop files and save out layered files now, so that's awesome. Saved it out as a PNG file. It is on different layers here for pencils, background, inks, and then I have panels above the top. It's basically a transparent PNG file that I've imported into the ProCreate app. I created a template with a basic gallery, and I have them in here, and I just rename them whatever they're going to be, whatever the strip names are going to be. You can simply duplicate, and now you have a nice blank comic. The great thing about ProCreate is that every single stroke is copied, and you can replay it. So if we go back, let's say let's look at the coffee strip. Go into record, video, time lapse replay. It'll actually let you skip ahead. You can export this video out as high-speed video or whatever, but you could see the steps just by dragging your hand, or dragging your finger across. You can kind of skip to what you were doing. So I basically draw it just like you would any other digital webcomic. I use layers, sketch it out, ink it. The reason that I'm doing hand lettering is mostly because ProCreate does not have a font tool. So I don't want to, and the challenge was to use only the iPad Pro. So I found it kind of challenging. For one, I'm not a big fan of my lettering, but I also find it kind of interesting to have it in this because you can see as it's written, what's happening. Like you can see me actually writing it here in a minute. I don't know what their dialogue is going to be. I kind of have a loose idea. So here we go. It's coming. So where's mine? Sorry, babe. That, I was struggling with, I wanted to use ish or shit, and I just went back to shit. So, but it's really interesting to have that built in and not, once again, not have to go into other programs to use. So I like that. You can also do live broadcasts. They don't have Facebook Live yet, but you can do a live broadcast of your screen, which is pretty sweet. And let's see, I'll go back to another strip here. You can really get a sense for, if this won't open. Okay. You can really get a sense for what I was talking about watching the the writing come alive, because with this specific strip, I did a lot of rewriting. It shows you this video, the video that I put up, shows you the process of me actually writing it and getting the lettering right. I'm not happy with it. I exit out. I may have a little notepad where I put my ideas in, but for the most part, I'm figuring it out right on the screen, and I can break the rules. It doesn't have to be perfect. Really, it's just fun to watch it evolve at the end. I don't really I don't think about that when I'm doing it, because I don't want that to affect the flow of how I'm putting it together. But I just like that it's an all-in-one device. So let me show you a little bit about what I would do when I have a finished comic. I would go into the comic itself. I would then share. So there's a share icon. I'm going to share the artwork. I would share it out as a JPEG to my camera roll, or you can actually put it into Google Drive. I've found I've had some issues back and forth putting it into iCloud Drive and whatnot. So in order for me to choose this as one device and not a jump, I like to just save the image to the camera roll. It's exported to the camera roll. You can't resize these images yet. I can't size them down to like 900 by 900 pixels. So this is a very large canvas that I'm working on when I'm drawing. It's 3000 by 3000 pixels, so that I can get pretty high resolution stuff. But what I do is I have online post template. You can see here. I would then just take that and insert flat image from photos, camera roll. Let's put that in there, and it automatically goes to the size that it should be, right? And then I will then re-export this. It's a little bit of a in and out, but now it's going to be 900 by 900 when I share it as a JPEG. Then from here, since I'm using Facebook as my main upload source, I would simply go to the page, and upload from my photo library, the last one that I had in there. Done. And of course I don't want to post this because I've already posted this. But it actually makes for a nice one-stop solution. Another thing I could add is that you also, on an iPad Pro, you have iMovie built in. So what I've been doing is I export those videos that are recording. You could just hit export video out of ProCreate and bring them directly into iMovie, and then edit your movie. And then from here, you'd export it up to YouTube or back to your camera roll and then back up to Facebook. So once again, I've just been trying to challenge myself to use this device alone as a one-stop solution. And so there you have it. That's how I'm currently producing the YIRMUMAH webcomic on just my iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. I'm sure things will evolve and change. I may go back to using the same way again, or they might add fonts, but it's always just a matter of just trying to challenge yourself. If you're going to have a device like this, why have 10 devices? For now, this is a really good solution, and it keeps it fun. As far as how long does it take me to do one of those strips, I don't know, because honestly, this is so convenient that I can just sit on my couch and not be here at the desk or whatever. Probably 2 to 3 hours total. Once again, I'm doing the writing and the drawing directly on the screen without leaving and going to other programs, so it might be a little quicker, and depending on the level of detail. If you have an iPad Pro and a pencil and the ProCreate app, you can make your comics too. If you like having really crappy hand lettering, which I'm not the best at, and I'd rather use fonts. A few fans are really liking it, just saying that it seems more raw and whatever, and sort of the digital world is looking for more real now than fake. So I don't know, maybe whatever. I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. If you have any other questions about programs or art or what I'm doing, let me know, and I'll try to like shoot a quick video and answer. Thanks. Bye. The old days of webcomics.